Hello, scholars. My name is Joseph Ejike Oji. In this lecture, I'm going to show you how to use Excel to construct a frequency distribution table, a histogram, and a box plot. So that's it. That's what our goal in this my goal in this lecture. Now, there are many ways that you can use Excel to construct a frequency distribution table, to construct a frequency distribution, histogram, and box plot using Excel. There are many ways you can do that. But most college professors, like myself, who teach maths and statistics, we want our students to show us their work, show us how they get the answers, so that we can know that they actually did the work. So if you're taking a class and that you have a professor like myself who wants you to show your work, then you have to do it this way that I'm going to show you. So even though you are using Excel, you will still be able to prove your answers. As a matter of fact, in my class, if you have a correct answer, if you write only the answers and you did not show me how you get the answer, you fail the question. On the other hand, even if your answer is not correct, but you show the steps, but maybe due to a small mistake, your answer is off. Yeah, I'll still give you some credits for that. But if you write only the answer and don't show it, you fail the question. So if you're taking that kind of a class like that, and you want to use Excel for assignment, and at the same time show your work, especially if you want to use your Excel to construct a frequency distribution, histogram, and box plot and prove your answers, then use this method, okay? Especially if you're doing a project like this one that I give to my class. This is a project that requires you to do many things, including constructing a frequency distribution and histogram and the box plot using your own data set that you generated. In that case, I recommend that you use this method, even though you're using Excel. So this is to show you how to use Excel to construct a frequency distribution, a histogram, and a box plot, while at the same time showing your work. So let's start. This is the data set I have here. This data set they represent, as a matter of fact, let me put it in this way. They are a list of prices in dollars of 30 portable global positioning systems, otherwise known as GPS. It's $90, $100, $130, and so on and so forth. It says, use the data sets above to do the following. It says, construct a frequency distribution that have 7 classes. Your frequency distribution will include the class boundaries, midpoint, relative frequency, and cumulative frequency. Now, in the project, the students, I want them to generate their own data sets and use it to construct the frequency distribution. See right here. And I also want them to construct the histogram and then do the other things, including the box plot. So that's why I want to show it. In fact, I'm making this video to help those students who are still confused on how to do this in Excel. There are other things they need to do on it, but the one that I got more requests for a lecture like this is for this frequency distribution, histogram, and the box plots here. Anyway, so now I'm using, in my question, I'm using 7 classes, but for you, those my students who are taking this doing this project, you have how many class limits here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for your own, you're going to use 5 classes. Okay. Anyway, let's jump right into it. Time is not our friend at this time. Anyway, the question also wants you to construct a histogram and also to sketch a box plot, including proper scale for the range of data set. Now, to do these things, you need for the frequency distribution table, you need two things. Now, you can, like I said, you can do it in Excel, go to the data set, use the data analysis tool to do it, but the answer might be off in the sense that you may not be able to get the values for you may not be able to get the values for the boundaries, and then, of course, the relative frequency and cumulative frequency. So I'm being a professor, I'm grading it. I'll make sure that I will check your work and see if they're correct and if you actually did it. So that's why I recommend this method if you are doing a statistics project for your professor. So now let's use this old school method. I call it the old school method, but it's really important that you know how to do it. Anyway, of course, the first thing is to enter your data set in Excel. And I did that already. I entered it in this Excel. You can see that from here, I have my gas prices. I have all the numbers to the last one. Okay. Now, since we are doing the frequency table, we need to get the maximum value. Let me take you there. We need to get our class width first. Okay. So to get our class width, we need to get the class width and the class boundary number. Now, our class width, we can get it by using the maximum value minus the minimum value divided by number of classes. And for the class boundary number, we use the lower limit of the second class minus the upper limit of the first class divided by 2. So no need to panic. I'm going to show you this. It's very easy. It's as easy as ABC when you do it in Excel. So let's go jump right into it. So now we have come to Excel. Now, you can also use this method if you are doing Excel assignment. For example, Excel assignment 1, you can use this method as well. And the Excel assignment number 1 is the first Excel assignment in my business statistics class every semester. So those of you taking my classes at Morgan State University every semester, in any college that I'm teaching, as a matter of fact, it's important that you use these methods, be familiar with it, because it's going to help you in that assignment. Okay, let's jump in. So now, to get the maximum value in Excel, you just have to use this command, equal. A reminder, if you want to do any calculation in Excel, put equal sign on that cell that you'll be using. That will make that cell, that will put that cell in a ready mode. So type maximum, that is MAX, max, it will come out. Double click on it and highlight all this. Okay. Note that when I'm highlighting, I didn't highlight the label. Don't forget that. All this. Press the enter key. It gives you the maximum number there, which is 450. Okay, I'll make it 16. 450. So for the minimum, type equal, type MIN. MIN. If you pop out, double click, highlight all the numbers. Okay, all the way to the last number. Okay, press the enter key. Minimum is 59, so I'm gonna make it bold, make it 16. See? Now I'm using 7 classes, so I'm gonna type 7 here. Now for you, you can use any class number you want. I didn't specify that in my let me make sure you're seeing all this. I did not specify it in the projects, so I gave you a column, a table that have 5 columns. So probably you decide. But if I mentioned an exact number of classes, then you have to use that. But I didn't. So that means you are free to choose the number of classes you want. So I'm going to make this 16 so you can see it clearly. So now let's get the class width. Remember that the formula for finding the class width is maximum minus minimum divided by the number of classes. Okay, so let's just go and put it in. So we have equal parentheses, maximum is 450 minus minimum, close the parentheses, divide by the number of classes, which is 7. Okay. Now, this is what we got. Okay. So now, the convention is to, when you get it and it's in decimal form like this, go to the next whole number, which is gonna be 56. Okay. 56. Okay. So we're gonna use this 56 as our class width. Now, with this, we can now make our frequency table. We have our class width. We have this. We have the class limit. If you look at the table in your project, in the project that I gave out, you have class limit, class boundary, frequency, relative frequency, and cumulative frequency. So you've put those numbers in. I'm going to include midpoint, just especially for those who will be doing my Excel assignment in future. They will need to know how to get the midpoint. Even though it's not here, I'm going to include it. But if you're doing this project, don't include it, okay? I'm including it just for those who will be doing my Excel assignment in the future, yeah? So I'm going to go over there and put this to class limit. Okay, I'm going to make all this to be 16 at least, so that it won't be, so class limits, it's right here, class boundary right here. So now, for the class limit, I'm going to put the lower class in one column and upper class in one column. So I'm going to have lower class, I'm going to put the lower here and upper. Okay, let me put other things that we need. I'm going to type them in, then we can just put the numbers. Going back to the project, we need the frequency, relative frequency, and cumulative frequency. Okay, that's what we need. So let's go and put them in our Excel. So then frequency, okay, relative frequency, I'm going to call it RF, relative frequency. I'm going to call it relative frequency RF to make it short. Then cumulative frequency, okay. Cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency, okay. I'm going to put it like this. So it saves the space. So it won't mess up our space, okay. RF is the relative frequency, don't forget that, okay. I got my cumulative frequency right here, okay. Good. Now, for the class boundary, we have the upper and lower. For the class limit, upper and lower, and for the boundaries, we also have, actually, we have lower and upper. Put them in separate columns. When you want to control the histogram, then you can put them in the same column, okay? And upper. Okay. Then the midpoint, we have it to have all this. So I'm gonna make this 17, make it 16. Okay, so have enough room. So now to make my work more legible, I'm gonna put this since highlight it, make the column to be bold. See, they're bold now. Maybe let me undo it. Let me just make the first one bold. So no border here. So I made the first column to be bold. Okay. And then put the borders in. I'm not gonna put the border here. I'm gonna make this one. Okay. All right, I made this one, same thing, median center. So we have this for okay. Now, so we know that from here, we know that the smallest number digits is 59, right? That's what you get from the maximum value. So I'm going to come here and put 59. 59. So let me make all this thing to be 16 so that it won't bother us anymore. 16. Okay, good. Okay, good. So now, so we put 59. So, and that our class width is 56, right? Our class width is 56. So that means we'll be adding 56 to all this number here until we get to the 7th column. How do we do that? Put equal sign, click on the first lowest number, put plus 56, which is the class width. Then press the enter key. With that, you can just copy this down. So when I move the cursor here, it will change to this skinny cross. Click, hold, and drag down until you get to the 6th number, 7th number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, why do I stop at 7? Because I'm using 7 classes. So if you're using 5 classes, you stop at 5. For the upper boundary, now you have your first number here to be first the lower boundary for the second class is 115. So you're gonna get 114 before you can get 115. Am I right? So 114. See, so now you have your 114. See, 114. Then next one is 115. So now once you got it, you can now add the class width again. 114. Click on it plus the class width of 56, and then press enter key. Now click here and also you drag it down. See, you get 450. Now you have your lower boundary and upper boundary. Okay, this is for your class limit. So you have your lower class limit and upper class limit. Now let's look at the boundaries. For the boundaries, we need the boundary number. Boundary number. To get the boundary number, remember that I showed you in this play that boundary number, you get it by doing lower class limit of the second class minus upper class limit of the first class divided by 2. Okay. Now, if you look at our data set here, I mean our column here, this is the lower class limit of the second class. See, which is 115. Okay, 115. Now, upper class limit of the first class is 114. This is first class. This is the upper class limit right there. 114. 114. So I'm going to highlight both of them, make them 16 so we can see it properly. Now, next is to now use the formula. Again, the formula said to find the boundary number, you have lower limit of the second class minus upper limit of the first class divided by 2. Okay, so let's do it. So we have equal, see parenthesis, lower limit of the second class is 115 minus upper limit of the first class, close the parenthesis, divided by 2. That gives us a boundary number of 0.5. 0.5. So this is the boundary number of 0.5. So this is the number we need to get the lower class boundary. We subtract 0.5 from all these numbers here. Okay. And to get the upper boundary, we add 0.5 to that. So that means for here, to get the first lower boundary here, just do equals, click this, then minus 0.5. giving it the lower boundary. And then you copy it down, click it and drag it down all the way to the C. You got all the boundaries for the lower boundary. Let's get the upper boundary. For the upper boundary, you add 0.5. Click on this, plus 0.5. And then, of course, you drag it down, copy the foot down. See, you have your boundary. Very easy, super easy. So next thing you do now is to find a midpoint. Midpoints, the formula is lower class interval plus upper class interval divided by 2. Or if you like to, if you prefer to use boundary, you use the lower boundary plus the upper boundary divided by 2. So let's use it, the class limit. Midpoint equals, click on the lower class boundary plus the upper class boundary, close the parentheses, divided by 2. Make sure you always close the parentheses when you are doing maths in Excel. Then you drag it down, click, once the cross, bring it close to this this area where you have this small box. Once it's changed to a skinny cross, click, hold, and drag down. You calculate the boundary for all of them. Then the frequency, let's get the frequency now. To get the frequency, you calculate the midpoint for all of them, not the boundary, the midpoint. To calculate the frequency for that fall within each class, you're going to use the class limit. So to make it easy for you, you can just highlight all this and then sort it. Sort it. See the sort right here. You can see this screen. Let me see, make sure you're seeing this. Yep, you're seeing it. So sort it so that it will sort it from the lowest to the smallest, smallest to the largest. So see the sort idea. Okay, click on it. Is to give you the option sort the smallest to the largest. I choose that one. See, they are sorted now. See, from smallest to largest. Now you can now be able to get your frequencies. For those that fall between 59 to 114, see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. You type your frequency right there. Then 115 to 170. 115 to 170. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get right there, 8. Then 171 to 226. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. 6. 227 to 282. 227 to 282. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 283 to 338. 283 to 1, 2, 3. Then 339 to 394. 339 to 394 have you don't have it here, not in 339 to 394. 339, only this one to only this one here, 250. So it's one of them. Then 395 to 400. Got 1, 2, 3. Now you can check it. If it's not complete, you can see if there's any way you made a mistake. So you have total here. Total. See that they say you have total here. Let's sum this. Equals sum. Okay. So like if it doesn't add up to, see, I got 31. So that means I miscounted one of them. So let me double check. The first one is 59 to 114. 59 to 114 have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct. 115 to 170. 115 to 170, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That one's taken care of. Next is 171 to 226. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Okay, taken care of. Then 227 to 282. 227 to 282. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 283 to 338. 283 to 338. We have 283 to 338. So we have it here 1, 2. Okay. 2. Then the next will be 395. Sorry, will be 339 to 394. 339 to 395 will be 1, just 1. Okay. Then remaining one will be 395 to 350. It's 1, 2, 3. So now it's now balanced. You have the total will have it correct. So now you have your frequency, your total frequency. Now the relative frequency says you divide the frequency by the total. So to do that, you just do equal sign, click on the frequency divided by the total we get is 30. Type 30 right there, and then click on that to give you the answer. Then you copy it down. So now, how do you know the answer is correct? You sum it. Usually sum to 1. So since you already have a sum here, you can just copy this down and you calculate the sum. See, sum is 1. Total frequency, total RF is 1. Now, for the cumulative frequency, you write the first frequency, which is 5. Type it first. Next of them is to add to the next frequency. For equals, click this plus the next frequency, which is 8. Once you do that first one, you are good. You can just copy it and do the rest. See? Now you have a frequency table. Okay. If you're doing this project for my class, if you like, you can leave it here. And then when you submit, you will tell me that you go to this place, and then you refer me to Excel. So you can write C Excel, C, type it where it's gonna be bold. C work in Excel. So I can go there and see it. Now, if you don't want to do that and you prefer to put this in this work here in the frequency distribution table in the project, you can then copy it, highlight it, press Ctrl C, then go over there and highlight the whole column, remove it, and then paste your own. See, it's too big, so you have to shrink it. Shrink it. Okay, shrink it. What is it? Okay, so we got a way to shrink it. Okay, I see it. Shrink it. So now it's now there. See? I've resized it. It's entered. See? It's now there. Now you're done with that side. But I recommend you leave it in your histogram because it might mess up with your formatting. But when you do that, that means you're going to submit 2 files. One for the document, one for the Excel file. Now, the next question that I got was how to do the histogram. Well, and that is what I have in that in my introduction message. How to say it says construct a histogram. Now, to make the histogram, now remember here we put the boundaries lower and upper in separate columns. That way, if you do that, with that, you can't get the histogram. So to do that, to do the get histogram, you have to copy these things. You have to put this things in a separate column. So I'm gonna type the class limit, the upper, sorry, the lower here, and then the upper. Okay. And so I'm gonna make it this, because I'm gonna need this, and then I'm gonna need the frequency. Okay. So I'm gonna copy this, make this one make it 16, so it's gonna be bold. So everything here, I'm gonna make it 16, so that will be bold enough. So I'm gonna have the lower. First lower, I have 59, 115, 59, and the class width. Remember, the class width is 59 is 56. So I have 59. So I'm just gonna add 56 to that. This plus 56, and to give me, I'm gonna copy it down to 7 classes. Do the same here. I got 114 on the first one, 114. Then I'm gonna add 56 to that. Put equal sign plus 56. Then copy it down. Okay. Now I need the frequency to be able to draw the histogram. Frequency. So I have the frequency right here already. From here, I can just copy it from here. Copy, and then here, paste it, Control V. So press the escape key so it will disappear. Now you have this. You can now draw the histogram. Highlight all of them. That's the easiest, fastest way. Click on Insert, and then choose the recommended one. Choose the correct one. If you choose the wrong chart, it will give you the wrong histogram. So be sure that if you choose one chart, if it doesn't give you the correct histogram, choose a different chart. Okay, I choose this one. Suppose I choose this one and try. See, this one didn't give me the correct one, so I'm not gonna use it. So I'm gonna use the recommended one right here. I choose this one. This one don't give me one either. Okay. So let me try it this way. Okay. Histogram. Recommended chart. Okay. It don't give me the correct one that I want. Okay. But nothing to worry about. So let me see. I have this where they have recommended chart. I click on that. This one gave me what I want. See? Okay. It doesn't give me what I want either. It is arranging it. So you just try it until you get the correct data set. Now, if I try all of them and none of them give me, then I'm gonna use a different method. But let's try it like one more last time. So I'm gonna click on it. It didn't give me. So let's do it this way then. You go to the original data set, right? You choose the data, and then data analysis. If you have the data analysis, put for it. If you don't have it, you can put it in. And then you're looking for histogram. Okay. You can put through the input range. Remember what I clicked here was I choose histogram. Let me start all over, right? I went to data, data analysis, histogram. To histogram. Okay. Then I say the input range. Click here and add all these input ranges. Okay. Then bin range. Well, I have to put the bin. Okay. Yes, I have to put the bin. So my bin, before I do this, I have to put the bin. Sorry about that. And put the bin. Here's my bin. I put my bin right here. So I'm going to use my class suite as my bin. Okay. We have started from here. 59. Then the class width was 56. So I'm going to add 56 to all this until I get to the last number, plus 56, plus 56. So the last number is, remember, the last maximum is 450. So I'm going to use that for being range. So I'm going to go this way and then, draw it down. 451. See? So my last number, largest is 450. So 451 is good enough. So that will be my bin range. Okay? Make it 16. So now I can draw the histogram. Bin is just almost like a width, class width. I'm gonna so since I tried to get it direct from here, it didn't give to me. I'm just gonna use this method. So I click on data. Remember, if you don't have the data analysis, I explained in the class how to put it in. If you don't know how to do it, send me an email. Or you can ask me when we meet in the class. So data analysis, you choose histogram here. Click OK. Now for the input range, if you're gonna put the gas prices, include the label. Okay. Okay. Then bin range. Bin range, click all the bins. Okay. Include the labels. And then for the output, I want the output to be placed here. Okay. Then output range. I don't need the Pareto. Chart output. And then I think that's it. That's it. I don't want sorted histogram, chart output. Then click OK. The histogram, I'm looking for the histogram. Yep, right here. He put the bin right here, but he put the histogram here. So you can now, but you have your histogram. See? Where you can now adjust. Give it a name. This is a histogram, but you gotta change the name to gas prices, GPS prices. Then in dollars, of course. Now we have to format the chart area, just click on this plus sign. Prices, check the axis. Okay, check the axis. So you can just put the bin. You can see this bin, GPS price of GPS. Remove this frequency, but it's just taking space. Now, since this is a histogram, remember the histogram, you have to, the bars have to be together. So to do that, click on it, right click, and choose Format Data Series. See? And then once you click on that, this will bring it up, and you start closing the gap. See? Start reducing the percentage. As it got lower and lower, the gap will be closed. As you can see from the screen, it's closing. So I usually leave it at 2%. See? That's the histogram right there. And if you're not satisfied with that, you can make it 3%. Okay. Right there. Now, copy this. Click here and click on it first. Then click Ctrl+C. And then, right here. Click on it. Click Ctrl+C. Go to your project. Okay. So project. Which is here. Let me see what it's saying here. Okay. All right, no problem. Cancel this. Okay, no problem. I'm gonna go back to sharing it again. All right, let's see. Okay. So let me share the Word document where you have the statistic project right here. Say what can I say? Okay, no problem. You don't say. Now you can place your histogram in your project. Let me see. I think I encountered an error. Let me see. Open it here. I'll go and open them. Those projects closed, so I'm gonna go and open them. Word. So the project that's closed. I think I have my statistic project right here. Right, good. So let me share it again because it closed on us. All right, share it. So now let's see. All right, I'm gonna do it here. Okay, now one more time. Let's try one more time. Okay, click on this. Right, Control C, and then go to your Word, your project. This is where you're supposed to have the histogram. You can remove this, delete, remove this, delete, then click here and paste a histogram, Control V. So histogram is right there. You can center it if you want. Okay, that's it for the histogram. You can adjust, make adjustments, and then that's a histogram right here. So I'm showing you how to get it. Remember, sometimes Excel asks weird. If you remember, we tried to get it from here, directly from here, from this side. From this side, we try to get it from here, we won't. So if it doesn't, then you can use this method to get it. Use the bin method, and we are in that case, you will use your class width as the for your bin. Anyway, to make your bin, I mean to say. Now, let us round up by looking at the question again. The question they asked us to do, I think it closed on us as well. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Give me 1 minute. Let me open it. Okay, that's it right here. I opened it again. So now, the third question they asked us here is to sketch the box plot using the proper scale for the range. To sketch the box plot, that one is the easiest. Most Excel now have the where you can get the chart for box plot. So to do the box plot, just click Insert. And you come here. See here, where you have the Insert Statistics chart here. Click on this drop-down menu. You can see the box and whisker plot here. So now, okay, let's do it now. So let's sketch it. You first of all highlight this. Okay. The numbers we use for the box, your numbers. Then go to Insert. Go here. Click on the drop-down menu and choose box and whisker. So it gives you the box plot right away. Now you can bring it down here to be able to work on it. So you have enough room to work on it. Okay, little by little. Okay. So we have enough room to work on it. Bring it to separate place. So is it the same box plot, but just the Excel does it on this way, like a vertical form. So let's add this. This is box plots. And as this, we have the title. Gas prices. Plots. For GPS prices. Oh, excuse me. Prices. Data. Now, let's format this, right? Right click on it, right click on the box plot. Choose add data labels. See? Now, see, it added them. You can see the Q1. Oh, I think it doesn't, well, it showed us the Q1. It showed us the median, and Q2. It shows us the lower and upper. So now we have it. I'm going to click here to remove all this, delete all these lines. Now I can copy this, click on this here, do Control C, and then go to your project. There's a project. What is the project? Okay. Now see where it says what the box plot. You can remove this. Control V. Here, block this right there. And down, center it. See, you have your box plot. You have your 200, which is the mid Q2. Your Q1 is 130. I mean, you can make it bigger if you want. You can make it bigger so you can see those numbers. Let me see. Won't allow us. Okay, I don't know why, but usually you can make it bigger. It froze on us. So anyway, that's it right here. Now, and then of course, since you have it here, you can just type it in this place. This is the minimum 59. 59. Q1, you have your Q1 here as 130. And Q2 as, I mean, if you have, this is for my data. For your own data, you have to use your own number, okay? So you type all these things in. And that is it. So I've shown you how to do the frequency distribution table, histogram, and box plot using Excel, while at the same time showing you your work. So then when you finish that, you're going to submit the two of them. You're going to identify outliers. I showed you how to do those in the class. So you can do those ones and then finish the project and submit 2 files, your Excel file and this project file. I hope you enjoyed my lecture on this. And I guess I would say thank you for listening. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you'll be notified each time I have a new lecture. Thank you. Bye-bye.